Good morning, people. It's Monday and I shall be going nowhere today. This is in town, this is in Driffield, so if it's like this in Driffield, God only knows what it's like at Langtop. Usually it's about twice as bad or more, so I shall not be going to the workshop today. It's pretty grotty. Most of this has fallen since 7 o'clock this morning. It's snowing every 5 minutes. I mean, you can probably see it's light snow now, but it comes on hard every few minutes, and it looks to me like there's a lot more in the sky. So not today, thank you. Bye now. And here's the view from upstairs, showing you across the park. It's beginning to snow quite hard now, so that's staying where it is. Bye now. Morning, people. Tuesday, and my daughter's made a snow duck in between lessons on her computer. She's just gone back to the computer now to do engineering. Bye now. A little snow frog has joined the snow duck. That snow duck. A new, bigger, improved frog. She's not a bad sculpture, ain't our lass? And there you go. I know. Wednesday, people. Wednesday, 11 o'clock. In East Yorkshire. And we can't see the church. Beyond those, just beyond those trees is the church, and the church is gone. We can't see it anymore. And believe it or not, this only started about 5 or 10 minutes ago, and already it's covered everything, and it's coming down like the clappers. Which is why I'm not at the workshop. The problem is, if I go to the workshop and I look out the door and this is happening, I have to stop and leave right then, because if I don't, there's a good chance I won't get home, because that road can be closed in 30 minutes. And if this starts outside and I miss the fact that it started, I could be stranded. So that's the reason I've not gone. I think you'll agree, that's pretty wild out there. And it doesn't usually get bad in Driffield. So if it's like this in Driffield, God only knows what it's like at Langtop. Okay, see you later. Bye now. Good morning, all. It's Thursday. It's 1:25 The sun's shining outside. The snow's melting. But the big grin on my face is because I've just bought a Holbrook lathe. It's a Type B Model 9. I think that's the correct designation, just a minute. Model B number 9, sorry, Model B number 9. And it's very complete. It's got lots of its accessories with it. And in a minute I'm just going to go and start picking up all the light stuff, putting it in the boot of the car and taking it to Langtop. And then I'm going to bring some tools back and start to strip it down so we can move it. So there's an upcoming project, and it's a Holbrook. Bye now. And here it is, folks. Depending a bit on the low light performance of the GoPro here, but there she is. So I'm going to start now and take all the bits and pieces off it that go with it, just to lighten the load. And then I'm going to get Cuz with the trailer and the Volvo, and we're going to move the rest of it. Okay, faceplate, 3-jaw chuck, we have a 4-jaw chuck, we have a steady, we have lots of bits and pieces, we even have the counter shaft. Okay, bye now. Made it, folks. And look what I had to do before I could get up here. And I didn't have a heart attack. Isn't that amazing? Shoveled all that bloody lot off, shoveled all this lot off, and didn't die. And here we have it. It might not look like much, but there's a lot of weight on there. My car knows it was pulling this lot. I can tell you for out. Right, I'm going to get it out and put it on the hydraulic platform of doom so I can move it about easily. Right, I'll catch you all later. Bye now. Right folks, we're back on the GoPro. I've managed to open the door to let a bit more light in. I've got the end block off, I've got the lead screw out, I've got the auto stop for the threading out. I've just got to get the drive shaft out, and the pin is mushroomed, so I'm going to have to get some files, some little baby files, file the end off and find out which is the small end, and then I can knock it out. But the pin is moving and the gear is moving on the shaft, so I don't really see there's going to be any problems. Once I've got that shaft out, I can take all the saddle and the apron off. I can take the feed gearbox off. I've got all the gearing off the end and the banjo off the end. Every screw I've put a screwdriver on has come loose. Everything's come loose easily. It's just been that pin, that one pin. The pin that was in the lead screw pin came straight out. But I must admit, it's not really obvious which is the big end and which is the small end and that taper pin, and I'm pretty sure I've got it right. But it's been mushroomed before, and I'm going to get a file, get some needle files and file it up just to check, and then I'll give it some well, not the bell to Shannon. I shall very carefully tap it and hope that it comes out, and also I'm going to bring my blow lamp back with me just to warm it up a bit. But other than that, it's going very well. I managed to get just enough room to get the lead screw out, and just enough room to get the threading knockoff bar out, which is a long one, because it goes right through the feed gearbox as well. And that's it, but it is getting lighter. By the time I've got those three off, it'll be lighter still. But this bed is well built and is not light. So next job will be to bring the coolie lift from Langtoft, to put the forks under there, to lift the whole lot just off the deck, take the bolts out, which bolt through into the bed, take the legs off, take the pan off, lower the bed to the floor, and then we'll move the bed out with the probably with the coolie lift. But I've just checked the bolts that bolt it to the that bolt through the legs and through the pan to the base of the bed, and they're all barely tight, so I don't envisage any problems there. We're going to get it to bits okay. Alright, I'll bring you back and I can show you some more. Bye now. This is today's winnings. All looking good. I mean, there's a piece broken off here. I think it's that piece, but by the by, it's still there. I can braze it up again. That's nothing. That's just a bit of ornamental stuff. Very nice little mechanism, which is the controls the end float on the lead screw and takes the load. Everything else is pretty much there. Taylor's chuck, 3 sets of jaws for it. I think the first job I'm going to do when I get back here, which will be, I'll be picking I'm almost there now. I'm going to take the coolie lift, I'm going to take the coolie lift, which means taking that off. Right, I'm going to lift the whole lathe with the coolie lift, take the legs and the tray off, then lower the bed down to the floor, and then perhaps carry the bed on the coolie lift. But we'll have to see. I think I can do it like that. As soon as I get this pin out, I can get the rest of it stripped down. I'll have to take that off the coolie lift, but I'll put it on some blocks. Right, but that's for next week. It's Friday. It's -7 in Langtoft. It was -7 in Little Driffield. It was bitterly cold in that shed, which has no windows in it. It's open to the elements. So I've called it a day for today. We're going to have a tidy up in here, aren't we? I've picked up what I wanted: some gloves, some rags, some Allen keys, and I need some small whip with spanners, which I'm getting now. and then I'm going to go back tomorrow, and with any luck I'll get that pin out, get it all stripped down. I'll be able to bring the rest of the lathe to Lathe off and get the headstock off, and that'll be the last barrier really. Will be taking the headstock off, because I can see some bolts and I can get to them. Oh, I know what I want, a ratchet. I want to take a ratchet with me. Right, there's no point in me boring you with all this. I'm going to have a good tidy up in here, and then I'm going to have to steel myself to finish the tractor before I start the Holbrook, because the first thing to do with the Holbrook I think is get the bed, the legs and the pan cleaned, and then get them put back to cleaned and painted, get them put back together, right, and stood somewhere. Stood somewhere anyway, and then start reassembling it. And I now seriously need to get rid of stuff that I don't really need. Right folks, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. We had a bumper last week, so let's see if we can have another bumper week this week. And I'll see you all later. I might record a bit more tomorrow actually while I'm there. If I get this pin out, which I'm sure I will do, one way or the other, I might record a bit more tomorrow and stick that on as an extra video. Okay, bye now. Right folks, I'm just shooting this on the camera, and so far every screw I have put a screwdriver on has come out without any protest whatsoever. All the ones that hold the top slide together, the cross slide, the saddle, the ones that hold the apron to the saddle, the end block for the feed screw and the lead screw. The cover off this has come straight off, and I've captured some little pieces that otherwise would have been lost. The only trouble is, of course, I'm right up against the wall, so I'm going to move the lathe that way a bit now, and continue to strip it down. So I shall. I hope you can see, because it's not particularly bright in here. I'm using my headlight as an aid to vision. Okay, catch you later. Saturday morning folks, and this taper pin has nearly got the better of me, and it's bloody freezing in here. God, it's cold. So I'm just going to persevere with it a bit longer, and see if I can get the bloody thing out. I should be able to. Okay, bye now. Success folks. But I had to take the whole lot off as one unit, and there is the screw cutting and feeds box. I cannot get that pin out, and I'm not going to risk doing any damage here. I'm taking it to the workshop as it is, and I'm going to do it at the workshop on the bench, or maybe even bolted to a machine where I can drill the pin out safely and get shut of it. Far better than do it here and knacker it up. And I've got that long bolt out, and the gearbox is coming off, but I need to take out the collet tightener, and I've got a wall problem, so I'm going to have to move it that way a bit. Right, I'm going to take a trip to Langtoff now and get this stuff safely taken back to the workshop, and then I'm going to return. Okay, bye now. And there she is folks, all stripped down and ready for the coolie lift to come and lift the bed up. Well, I take the bolts out that hold the pan and the legs on, and then we shall move those into the trailer, lower the bed to the floor, pick it up again with the coolie lift, but underneath this time, and bool it out to the trailer. There we go. And for anybody that's interested, and I know a lot of you are, you're not going to be able to see that, are you? No, you're not. The inspection number is 337, no,
start again. The inspection number is 3788. The inspection is by FW, as I was told it would be, and in between the inspection number and the FW there is another oval which looks like it has a broad arrow in it and something else that I can't quite make out. It could be WD or something like that, but it's certainly there. There's an oval with a broad arrow in it and a letter. It looks like there's a letter either side of the broad arrow. I am not going to be able to focus with this. I might just go and nip and get the GoPro and try it with the GoPro. Okay, bye now.
And here we are, folks. Bits of Holbrook. As I said to you when I was there, I've brought this back to the workshop. That is supported so that there is no pressure on it. As you can see, it's free because there's quite a lot of play in the bush, but that's free. It's supported so it doesn't get bent. I gave up on the pin because I thought I'm just going to mess this up here. I'm freezing cold. I really can't do anything with it, and I slid that off in one piece off the far end, wound to the end and slid it straight off. And the rest went really easily. This came off really well because luckily my friend from London told me about the flat that you use to get the gear off, and he also told me about the two pegs there that lock the carriage, lock the headstock to the bed. One you turn clockwise, one anti-clockwise, and it magically comes loose and slides straight off, and it worked really well. And once I decided that I wasn't going to try and get that pin out there, it came to pieces in no time. And what's left there now is the bed, the pan, and the legs. And I've checked the bolts and they're all loose. So next week, provided it doesn't snow again, Keith and I are going to go and get it. And he was right. I thought that was phosphor bronze, but it's not. It's cast iron. But other than that, I can't find any serious damage on it. This has been modified or replaced or something. That's obviously replacement, not very well made. This is a bit wacky, but we can soon make something decent out of that. That's fine. Everything seems to be good. Everything seems to be good for a lathe of this age. It's in remarkably good condition. I'm quite pleased. So that's it, folks. I'm going to wind up again. There's that was I think that this guard has been cut down or it's been broken. But that's again something that can be repaired if necessary. It may have been taken off to admit bigger gears. But there's the back of the screw cutting gearbox. There's the end block. Taylor's 3-jaw chuck with 3 sets of jaws. Lead screw. Knock-off bar. We've got everything, I think we've got everything. So there you go. Right, I'm going to call it a day. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for all the comments. Please subscribe and ring the bell. You must ring the bell when you subscribe, otherwise you don't get the notifications and you don't know when the new videos will come out. So do that for me. Give me a hand. Oh look, I've got that here as well. That was a heavy lift. Right, see you all next week. Bye for now.